Good morning, you too. It seems like it seems like we can never be on time as of lately. But I had to get up and turn the water on. I did some workout in the yard. I bought some more Zenith Zoysia seed. That stuff is so freaking expensive, and it's really not a whole lot. It's probably about 8 ounces of freaking seed and 5 ounces of inert matter. I don't know why that stuff is so expensive, but I was trying. I have some like a really big bare spot, and I was just trying to um, get it to grow. And the hardest part about lawn care on an upgrade, lawn care on a budget, is having to watch out for water bill and stuff like that. That's the hardest thing. Yeah, I don't have I don't have an introduction for today's conversation. Apologize. I don't know. This lately, I just been having. I think it's my age is finally catching up to me. Um, I'm having the hardest time sleeping. I mean, hardest time sleeping, and once I'm asleep, I'm having the hardest time trying to wake up. And I've always said doing. Hold up. Let's see here. I I've always had the hardest time waking up. Let's see, design. Trying to figure out where the no. Oh, there it is. I can see the chat. Oh, the music's drowning me out. Oh, that's why I got to the chat. Hold on. Let's see. I'm just, I just be, let's see here. How's that? I'm just playing. I just be playing with this stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. Because it's 5 o'clock in the morning. And like you said, this strip club is nothing but fantasy. Most of the people in there are gay. They don't want you. They want your wife. They don't want you. They don't. They want your wife. And the women, if the women are looking, for the guy stripping, they want your husband. Oh man. But I went over to Superside. I'm as you can see, I'm home for just this morning. I gotta leave again. I went over to went over to Superside looking for see if there was anything. Um, they had a whole pallet of Bermuda for $100, but it was yellowing, but just Bermuda doesn't work and on my property. Hey, good morning, cruising. It's fun anytime. How you doing? The same volume? I mean, I literally turned it off. Let me turn it off. I can't. I don't know if I can. Let me know. I turned the volume up. Let me know if that's okay. I'm just playing. Just playing around. Good boy. Y'all, everybody's up, but I'm having. I'm sorry. I'm just having a hard time waking up lately, and I don't know. I'm having a hard time waking up, and then I'll make excuses. "Well, I'm not getting paid to be doing YouTube. I'm not getting up. I'll sit there. I'll make up any excuse not to get my behind up, and this has caused me. It's starting to cause me problems, and I need to get back on track. The blessed part is I've lost. Let's see, I lost 2 pounds. Either that or it was just um, extra uh, poop poopy doop. Because I checked my weight. Because you do know you have at least a couple of days of your meals in you making its way through 32 feet of your making its way through 32 feet of your intestines. Um, and I was just when we was talking about it yesterday, you're supposed to. I think you're supposed to be going 3 times a day. No, never happens. Even, but no, we're not gonna talk about that being constipated this morning. But yeah, I just been having lately just the hardest time waking up. Maybe it's because I know growing old sucks, but you know that's why I'm trying to not trying, but we got to get back into um, our healthy living, back into our healthy exercising, and back into um, doing everything that needs to be to incorporate this age. Um, I want. Oh, TMI. Oh, Lord. Oh, hold on. Let me know if you got the full laughter on that, because a lot of times I be using this thing, and all you get is ha. A lot of times you be getting, you just get the ha, you know. But uh, I think I have taken doing these lives for granted sometimes because um it started out as just being I need to get the hours, but really now it's become a part of me, and then I miss you guys. I miss you guys when I don't do it, and I think that's what makes it a part of being fun. um we are just slowly growing, getting more and more subscribers. Um, my shorts, more and more shorts. I just have to. I gotta harden this down here up again because all of the sickos and the cuckoos come out, and you know, again, I posted on. TikTok same video and was called Everything But a Child of God. And I was stupid and I didn't know what I was doing. And I was like, okay, but I need, I need this because, when you are emotionally unstable, you know, it helps to have um, a set, what is it, set schedule. And that's what I'm doing. Like, like I could have been in here, did a thumbnail and everything, but I was outside turning on the water. I got the front set up on my remote, but I'm gonna change them because I want to add more water to the lawn every day for a while to get that seed to grow. You know what I mean? To see if I can get it to grow because a lot of the comments say that it doesn't grow, but I also know that a lot of it says it's hard and it takes time. So you have to put the time in. I'm putting the time in and trying to do it as best as I can. Um, you can't when you do something, and you know we were talking about me and the wife was talking yesterday that folks get when uh, she has a friend whose mother has dementia and is getting very ornery and disruptive. Um, she's also came down with some form of cancer, and you know, and is doing things. And when you get to a point in your age, you get upset and you don't want to accept it. My father was like that. He couldn't accept that he needed help walking. He needed to be um, in a wheelchair. He wouldn't do it, and he kept on getting out of the bed and falling down, and no one was around. I was over the road to come pick him up, and it's a daggone shame. Sometimes we have to start planning for our older age. One of my things is I still have a lot of weight to lose. My wife is like, "Oh, you're fine the way you are." No, I'm not. She thinks that when I lose this weight, I'm suddenly going to be super studded and I'm going to leave her. That is the most. I got to be politically when I say this. I'm never leaving this woman. Hopefully, because I love her. I don't want to go nowhere without her. I've lose the weight because of her. I want to be around for her. You know what I'm saying? I want to be around to cruise. I want to be around to be be aggravated because I'm walking, because I'm exercising. I want to be around to to enjoy the rest of what I have left in my life. I want to be around, and I just want to be as best as I can be. I don't know if I'm making any sense with that. Um, we were talking yesterday about my overeating. That's a problem over on the cruises. But I overeat. Sometimes I overeat at home too. But when you was brought up with nothing in the refrigerator, and you just you have this notion that you're going to starve. I be trying to do intermittent fasting right now. I be trying to do intermittent. I'm an intermittent fast today. I'm gonna for 12 hours. And I get this voice in my head, you're gonna starve to death. You're going to faint. And I'm like, what the heck? Well, I might as well eat. It, and I'm like, when you start working on one part of your life, then another broken part just creeps out, and you're going, "What the heck? I thought, I thought I repaired that." Yeah, yes, we all have health issues, but some of them can be some. I'm not saying all of them. Some can be corrected so we can live a better and more productive life. It's like when Mike, when you said about the free mayonnaise that I'm going to use, I looked at the olive oil mayonnaise that I had, and I was so freaking disappointed because I instinctively look for the olive oil mayonnaise, but it has the same crap. It literally has the same crap in it that this mayonnaise I'm eating right now. And I would have not ever looked at the ingredients if it wasn't for certain people that have had YouTube channels that talked about healthier living. I wouldn't have really looked at it if I didn't know you, Mike. I'm like, I said, Mike talking all that crap. Let me look at my healthy mayonnaise I got here, and I'm looking like, uh, 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 this got everything that that miss, and I'm going, oh man, I'm going, oh man, you see, and I'm going, I'm like, I'm so disappointed. I'm like, yeah, oh man, and but even with the working out, even with the slight changes that you do, you and me and us and we're prolonging we're prolonging our life, we're prolonging our health benefits, we're prolonging and making stuff better. It's so funny, and I just changed the subject just for a quick second. Um, yeah, and it's you have to. I said it yesterday. You have to give yourself time to start fixing. It took you so long. It's taken us all so long for the destruction. We have to allow ourselves time to fix. And you know, just a quick subject change. I just wanted to bring this up. Um, I yesterday, when I come home, I try to cut my lawn off. Because I got six lawnmowers, 6, 7 lawnmowers. I get out. I was dropping the seed in a certain area, and peat moss and watering and stuff, and then I cut the rest of the lawn, and I cut the neighbors. I'm tired of losing my neighbor. I wanted to help them out, so I wasn't looking for nothing, and I went over there and I cut their lawn. In the Asian, they're Asian. I don't know where they're from, but they originally from California. But they're nice. When you're nice to me, I go above and beyond. And I love cutting lawns. I love cutting grass. So I was already done with mine. So I said, I'm going. Let me go over there and get theirs. And because I said I would, I said I'll watch because I know it's the first of the month. the HOA's coming around. I cut their lawn, and and I I cut their lawn. The the grandmother sent the son out, gave me $100. I was like, "Well, you didn't have to do that." I said, I'm when I like someone, and I'm having fun because I get depressed when I can't. I already cut my lawn. I need to cut some more grass, so I cut. He gave me $100, and the, I told the wife, and she said, "Well, can I borrow $12?" I said, "No, no." That was money that I didn't think I was going to get. I gave it to her, and she was feeling bad. I said, "What are you feeling bad for? You give to the house way more than I do. We wouldn't be crap without you here." And then I also mentioned part of that might be going towards the water bill because me watering the grass, and then she started laughing. Um, you have to, you know, I have to. I'm not saying you guys. Selfishness does not work. Trust me. I am a natural born giver. I'm married to another. When you got two givers, that's why my marriage is so awesome. I'm a natural born giver. I have no problem giving to this woman because she has no problem giving to me, and it makes what I do, and I do the lawn because I want her house, not my house. I wouldn't give a flip. I want her house to look beautiful. I do all the stuff, I work on stuff. I'm DIY man because I want her to acknowledge that I am trying to do my best to make sure that her home is okay. I know it might sound simpy to some people, but I want her home to be beautiful. And if that's going to make me work, 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 because if it's up to me, I wouldn't give a flip, you know. But if that's what makes me work, I want her to be happy. That's why when we go on these cruises, I look. She put her card. I did not think give it out. We put my card on file so we could. Don't worry about it. Don't go crazy, but don't worry about it. And see, when you do that, you get excited when a phone when she calls. I get excited. I giggle. After 10 years, I still giggle when the wife calls. That's what makes me want to try to do intermittent fasting when even though a voice in my head is going, "You're going to starve." Then when I get out and start walking, I don't want to walk. I'm like, "Man, my feet hurt." You better start walking. I'll be cheering myself on, but it sounds like I'm talking down to myself. You better start walking, stupid. No, I'm cheering myself on because I want to be better. I want to stay around because stuff is finally working. I'm not going to tell y'all the other blessings because I'm scared I might jinx it. But I'm getting a new truck, not a pickup truck, a new 18 wheeler. They just ordered for me, and it's going to probably be July when it pops up. I picked the color. I was going to get either John Deere green or Husqvarna orange, but they didn't have those. I was like, man, yeah. I was like, man, y'all suck. So I just went with blue. And but if you sit back and you just think, for a minute. All the stuff that I did in the past, did it work? Nope. Was that was that you in the past or is it you now? Me now is ever learning to be a better person. Me now is ever striving to try to come to a better understanding and try to do right. You know what I mean? Try to do right. Try to stay within budget. Try to because I'm always every time I come home, I always gotta fix something. I gotta do something. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta do something, but I gotta do something on a budget. I gotta relax. But I got OCD too. I just can't come home and not do nothing. I got something got to get thrown out. Something got to be in the garbage. Something got to get cleaned up. That's why I stay ahead of the HOA. But I had so much fun cutting their backyard because it's a freaking jungle. But when I like that, and y'all say, and I said, if you don't mind, I'll cut it. Shoot, I had to shoot, man. Please, yeah, I'll cut it. But the thing is, I can be proud of myself because I did. I'm being me. I'm being me. I'm not being an a-hole. I'm not asking for nothing. I'm just being me. Um, I've got 5 cases of mayonnaise. I was gonna give them one. They don't want it. I was thinking about giving it to the neighbors over there, but they starting to get on my nerves. So I'm gonna see how many cases Charles want. I might see if I catch up with we here, see if he wants a case. You know what I'm saying? See if he wants a case. Um, but the wife gets mad when I give the address. Don't be giving them YouTube people your address. See if next time I'm home, I'll just ask him where you at because she lives the next town over. He lives in Decatur. So I'd ask where you at. I'll meet you here and give you a case of mayonnaise. you know? Because I'm greedy. There was a whole pallet of it. It's like, hey, take as much as you want. I'm just running to the truck with mayonnaise. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with mayonnaise, but you know, I, I'm, I'm taking this stuff. I'm giving it to somebody I know. You know, I don't know any church or organizations. The guy that used to live over here, he would give to people in his church. Um, but I used to get some stuff. I remember one time um I was at the yard in Pennsylvania and they had those um okay, y'all gonna I know Mike's gonna say it's not healthy, but they were shakes, little in containers that they were low carb, uh van- va- low carb vanilla shakes, but they were small containers. Man, I added up. They would have cost me about 2 grand. I had $2,000 worth of them things, and they were there. She was delicious. The healthy stuff. So something wasn't right with them. I should have checked it, whatever. But it took me a whole year to get rid of them. I had um certain breads. If one thing is wrong on the palate, they'll reject the whole palate. I've had bread. I've had I made all kinds of stuff over the years that I brought home. She's like, "Well, bring it home." uh, and that's I'll start looking, Mike, because I'm always getting something, and see if find a place where I can donate it because when you try to donate stuff nowadays, you got to jump through so many hoops. I want to just say here. I don't need to have to fill out. I'm not trying to fill out an application. I'm just saying here. You know what I mean? Um, but that's the thing about being a truck driver. Now everything that if it's is bad is the devil because it's like Cheez-Its, Kellogg's, cereals and stuff that I ain't supposed to be having, you know. But it's all good. The place I got to go today, it really sucks. So I'm gonna pick up today and just drive all the way there and stop at the Loves. There's a Loves about 13 miles away, and because it takes forever for them to unload you, and I might run out of hours. And this company doesn't want no excuses, no nothing. So it is what it is. So I might run out, and I got to figure out what I'm gonna do. So that's the one that's always the pain in the butt uh, load that I got to go to. So we'll figure that one out. Um, and that's really it. You know what I mean? Um, oh, they had on there's a person, and we're I don't know where we have gotten to the point in our evolution. Let's say it like this. There's a lady that was, I don't know if it was a Carnival ship, or Royal Caribbean, or whatever. African American. She gets she walks onto this excursion on the boat. They're there for an hour. They those people check. You had to have a wristband. You had to have a wristband. Those people check. She didn't have it. Well, I left mine in the room. Well, now they don't give them to you in your room. They don't give them to you in your room. They had to call the police, the Bohemian police, and they had to literally lift her big, bodacious behind up and drag her off the boat. Where do we do this? Why are we and we make and everybody's what's the matter? What's the matter with it, folks? You know what I mean? And your child is standing off the boat crying, and you're showing that good morning, Wallace. You're showing what happened. What happened with pride in yourself? You know, back in the day, people used to actually dress up to go to the supermarket, or know that they're going out and did not have a bonnet on their head. I wear this on my head because I don't know why my sinuses go cuckoo when I don't. That's why I wear it. I'm not trying to do anything else. But these bonnets, and everybody's got their pajamas on, and looking like who done it. And you talk about body positivity. No, so let somebody tell you the truth. Look, I tell you, I'm big. I got man boobs, but I don't wear something so tight that you're gonna see them. I know that hurts some feelings, but I'm not doing that. And I was talking about trying to live a healthier lifestyle so I can look at myself without man boobs. I hope before I die, I don't. Before I pass on to the next level of whatever, that I don't have man boobs. Take pride in yourself. because as a person of color, they're looking down at you before they even know what else you can do. But you gonna go to another country and act the fool. Really? You gonna get on a cruise ship. There was like 18 people kicked off cruise ship. They didn't just say, okay, the ones in the fight. Everybody in that room got to go. Is any of y'all looking at the rules and the regulations to get on these things? The other day they're fighting in customs. They're fighting in customs. You're off the boat. What are you mad at? You should be mad at your boss because you got to go back to work. Jesus, you know, you should be mad. You got to go back to work. I don't get it. Usually, I'm like when I get off cruise ship, I'm depressed. I'm like holding back tears. I got to go back to the real life. I'm literally on the brink of tears that I got to get off this boat. You know, I'm on the brink of freaking tears, and people are fighting. I mean, really, guys, that's stupid. We got the Cheeto head. He's going into to getting stuff removed out of museums about slavery. He's trying to narrative, and y'all worried, and y'all on getting off cruise ships, on cruise ships, and getting off cruise ships fight. I don't get it, but I'm happy it wasn't the ship I was on. You know, it seems like the 10 years that I've been cruising, I haven't been on none of these ships that all this happened. I've been missing it. Like you said, weird world we live in. I ain't been on none of these ships that this has happened, and I'm happy for that. I'm happy for that. Ain't that crazy? Mm, mm. Well, oh boy. Well, guys, I got to get. I forgot to turn the dryer on. I gotta get the dryer going so I can dry my clothes so I can get out of here and get ready to get going. But I just want to say thank you for coming in. We're gonna cut this early because I got to go back to work. I got bills to pay. Coming up next, Wellness with Frugal Mama at 7 o'clock. Eddie Lugo Studios. Uh, again, he usually does 7:15. Cruising is fun anytime. Go live together and with Eddie Lugo Studios at 9 o'clock. And Miss T with the T. Check them out. And as always, guys, if you think nobody loves you, I love you. God loves you. And be blessed. Don't be stressed. And let's see, what the heck? And I will see y'all tomorrow. I was wondering where